Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you love this content, if you want to support the channel, if you want to support me on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are less than 150 away. I would absolutely love it if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps the videos to get out there. It inspires me to keep creating. And yeah, it just motivates me to keep going on this channel. First things first, I want to give a huge shout out to Jola3131. I'm gonna put you right here. Thank you so much for first off the well wish and also sending me a super chat. This is my first super chat. I am so appreciative. I was so in shock when I got the notification. I was like, wait, someone sent me money? I was like, wait, hold up. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the rest of you guys who sent well wishes and every single one of y'all that has subscribed, that has ever liked a video, that has ever commented on a video. You guys are such an integral part of this channel, the growth of this channel. As I said, I started this channel earlier this year, okay? It hasn't even been, I think, 6 months yet since I've had this channel. So it's just crazy how far it has come. I've always been a reality TV obsessed girly. And so to come on here and just talk about it with other people who love reality TV and love the same things as me, that is so inspiring. Now, let me give you a little update on the channel. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm watching Love is Blind UK and I'm just not feeling it in my heart to recap it. That is one big thing about this channel for me. I have gotten comments like, people love my enthusiasm, people love, like, the reason why I'm so enthusiastic and the Big Brother content I feel like is really good, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I do think the content's better than some of the other content I put out, is because I genuinely love this show. I love watching the feeds. I love talking about the strategy. I love talking about the social game. I don't mind doing it, and I feel like that's why it shows in the videos. But I feel like if my heart's not in it, I can't recap something. And I'm just not feeling Love is Blind UK on a, like, I'm gonna recap every episode level. So the compromise I wanna make with you guys is I wanna go live. I will put more information in my community tab. So please make sure to look at the community posts that come up. And on the community tab, I will let you guys know when we are going live to talk about Love is Blind UK and also Love is Blind Mexico, because I am watching Love is Blind Mexico. So those two shows, we will have a live, maybe more than one live, okay? We might have a couple of different lives to talk about it, and there I'll probably do a live recap, but I just don't have it in my heart to sit down and edit a Love is Blind recap video. I'm sorry. Big Brother is just consuming so much of my time. However, the Challenge 40 is starting next week, and that will have recaps. I am so excited about the Challenge 40. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have not seen all of the seasons of the challenge, but the ones I've watched, I've really liked. So I am very excited for this season with the eras twist. I know I'm going on and on and on, but if you are ready for the Challenge 40 recap videos, they will be coming next week, and that I am very excited to recap here on this channel. Okay, last thing is last. I have a Twitter. If you guys want to follow me there for more reality TV chats and mess, go over to my Twitter. It'll be here on the screen. Also, thank you so much for the well wishes. I'm now forgetting if I said that or not, but thank you for the well wishes. I am feeling better and better every day. I think I sound less stuffy, but I can still hear that I sound a little stuffy, so sorry about that. And if you're new to the channel, when I wear the Hello Kitty hat, it means business, okay? It means business when I got this hat on, and last night, some people finally woke up. Tigor and Kimo. Okay, but let's rewind and start from the beginning of yesterday. We are recapping day 25. So Tucker and Angela start the day off with a conversation.
Here, that you will not be able to trust another person in this house as much as you're going to be able to trust me. And I will not trust another person in this house as much as I can trust you. And you could have me completely fooled, but I don't think so.
No, I believe you.
And I want you to know.
Remember, these two are kind of in an alliance now, obviously. Tucker took off Angela, so it seems like those two are very close at this point. Angela's thanking Tucker for his compassion, saying the kind of man he is has really been inspiring to see. She's so grateful for him. Tucker says, look, it is unfair for you to be shown in the spotlight you were being shown in when it should have been Quinn who was shown in that spotlight the whole time. Tucker says at this point, Angela is the only person in this house that he can fully trust. And overall, he's a people person. He cares about people more than he cares about the game. And I don't ordinarily believe people when they say that, but I do believe Tucker. As crazy as that, like, I believe Tucker because of the crazy moves he's made. I don't know if it's caring about people from a place of like a real genuine place, but I do believe Tucker cares more about being crazy and shaking things up than he cares about winning the money. That's my personal opinion. Now, he does tell, Angela tells Tucker, look, Quinn came to me. He is 100% using the power. She says to Tucker, which she is wrong, by the way, but she says to Tucker, I still have the power to put the last person up because after the veto, he can't choose. And these two bumbling buffoons are talking about how Tucker's lying about the power. He actually doesn't, or not Tucker, sorry, Quinn is lying about the power. He doesn't have control over the renom, all of which is untrue. All of which is untrue. But, you know, they also talk a little bit about how Tucker said that Angela was the one that originally told about the power. And they're like, no. He's like, no. He probably trusts Kimo deeper, even though, like, you know, so that's why he didn't want to say it was Kimo and he tried to put it on you. Now, some of y'all commented yesterday and said, or someone commented yesterday and said that it was originally Tucker that said it and then Kimo. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't remember or know. I think we didn't even fully see it right. It was one of those things where we heard it afterwards. But in either event, they're all kind of, you know, getting into the semantics of who exactly it was that revealed the power, when at the end of the day, Angela and Kimo both revealed the power. They were the only two that knew, so they revealed it. Now, they're also talking about, now Angela also goes, you know, Brooklyn, Rabina, and Chelsea, they're always giving you dirty looks. Whenever you talk, they're always going like this. They're always going like that. You know, they're always giving you looks and they do not want to work with you. She specifically tells him, Chelsea doesn't want to work with you. She doesn't trust you. You know, he knows that that's where Cam heard that the vote was going to be different or that he was not going to necessarily be okay in the vote. He knows that it was Cam that heard it from Chelsea. Now Tucker is saying, look, like, I'm not a physical threat like they think, you know. Apparently in the HOH challenge, they had to read something, and Tucker's like, look, when I was trying to read the page or whatever, it took me like 3 or 4 minutes. And apparently Cam made some comment like, if I had known you couldn't read, I wouldn't have done that. I was like, that's messed up. I think they meant that Tucker hosted something. I don't know what they were talking about, or he had to read the instructions. I don't really know. But in either event, these two go on and on and on. Some of what they were saying was right. Some of what they were saying was wrong. Some of what they were saying was just speculation. Meanwhile, Quinn is having a camera talk.
But we have to make it a community effort. We have to speak to everyone in the house and make sure that their voices are heard. And that is just the deepest, most important priority to me in the history of ever. Obviously.
Yesterday, Quinn decided he was going to do his one-on-ones. He had on his little suit. He had on his little glasses. And he said, look, I'm the BB CEO, okay? And I'm holding my meetings, my business meetings today. So he says using the power needs to be a community effort. His main goal is to come off as a serious player who can be trusted with the power, to be consistent, honorable, and nice. And he also wants to play to be remembered, not forgotten. And remember that. This is probably the reason for me personally why Quinn is starting to get on my nerves, is because it is very clear that Quinn is performative. He's trying to perform for the cameras. He's trying to do things that he knows are going to get on the TV show. And to me personally, that is getting kind of obnoxious because I feel like his gameplay is messy. I feel like he's loud. I feel like Quinn never stops talking. Okay? And for the record, because somebody got triggered in the comments the other day, if you like Quinn, I don't care. Like, I don't, like, okay. one thing to know about me is I don't watch shows where I love a certain player and I'm gonna get mad if you don't agree with me. I watch this show objectively. If I'm being completely honest, I don't even have a person in mind that I specifically want to win. I'm just here for fun feeds. I'm just here for drama. Like, of course, I love T-Core. I like her, but if T-Core doesn't win, I don't really care like that. Like, I'm not a person that gets triggered when you don't like the people I like. Because someone was really trying to start a fight with me in the comments the other day, and I'm like, I'm not mad at you. If you like Quinn, that's okay. I want Quinn to stay in the house. For the record, I've said I want Quinn to stay in the house. Okay, I just wanted to touch on that. Let's keep going. So Quinn starts his one-on-ones. The first person he has a one-on-one with is Cedric.
Not for me, and then we can figure out a replacement if we need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. You could throw, as much as I don't want to do it, if it's more tactical to throw me, Mackenzie, and Tucker up there. Because then...
So Cedric, he tells Cedric, look, I'm planning to put up Tucker no matter what, and I'm also most likely going to put up Rubina and MJ, but I'm asking everybody, hey, look, who would take Tucker off the block if they were not on the block? And he phrased this question very weirdly because he asked like 2 or 3 different people who just flat out did not understand what he was talking about. Leah was like, huh? But anyway, he's wondering if it makes more sense to put him, MJ, and Tucker up. That's Cedric. Cedric continues to volunteer to go on the block. And as I said before, why are we volunteering to go on the block? Now he says whatever is best at the end of the day. This is Cedric again. Cedric says whatever is best. I trust you. But if it makes more sense to put me up, like, I'm willing to go up. Now, Cedric wasn't aware that Quinn is not guaranteed to play in the veto. It's actually going to be Angela. And I feel like this was just clarified like yesterday that Quinn's not playing. It's going to be Angela in the veto. And he's also worried that Tucker may beat MJ. So he may put him up for that reason. Quinn wants to put him up because Quinn is trying to minimize risk. He's trying to minimize anybody who either will take off Tucker or somebody who could possibly win against Tucker. That's what he wants to do. Quinn is also clarifying that the power is able to do the renoms because Tucker was going around telling everybody that Quinn was lying about doing the renoms. So Quinn says a bunch of times, look, it is totally against the rules to lie about the power. He is using production to manipulate people. The power does include the renom. Okay, he tells that to every single person. And he does reveal also that he gets to kind of control the deepfake AI. So he's asking every single person if there's any jokes or anything off limits that he wouldn't want them to say, because he's just going to use the deepfake as like a joke, since everyone knows it's him. So after Cedric leaves, Quinn has a quick cam talk. He still says, look, Cedric's a strong player. I like the kid, but I need to put him up at some point because he's close to Cam and Chelsea, and Cam and Chelsea are not in my inner circle. Next up, Cam comes. He gives him the same speech, but Cam says putting Cedric up makes no sense.
Take Tucker off the block, essentially.
Who they think would take Tucker off the block?
For the veto.
Oh, for the veto. Okay.
And then, obviously, we're rocking. But Cedric did offer.
Because he saved him last week. He didn't go through with that plan. He does think that Tucker would ask him to play if he gets his own chip and he can pick somebody. And at the end of the day, Quinn's like, okay, so who do you think should go up then? Like, who do you think is an option? And Cam is like, I'm thinking of someone. And I'm like, Cam, get your head in this game. He's like, Like, literally, there's so much dead air where Cam is thinking of somebody. He's like, well, I guess I'm okay with Cedric if nobody else goes up. You know, he says maybe MJ could possibly win. And he leaves. After the camera talk, Quinn says, look, the best players in the house are Chelsea, himself, Kimo, and Brooklyn, I believe. He always has said that those 4 are the best players. So Leah comes in next. He goes, Leah, you're so safe. You're so safe. Like, you have my back. You're so safe. And
Oh, no, he's named them all. Oh. He says that I have a final 2 with you, Angela, Rubina, and, Kenny, Kimo, Kenny. And then This is literally, I know for
in this conversation of like, damn, Quinn still is smitten over this girl. This girl who does not really like you, who would turn on you in a minute, but he is still all over her. They do discuss Tucker talking about all of his Quinn's different final twos. Quinn's like, he went around telling everybody that I have a final two with everyone. It's just not true. And I'm like, Quinn, it is true. They do talk about the final two that he and Angela had made on night 2 called the BB guns. And Leah's like, oh my God, she made one with me too. But it's not like named or anything. Now, Leah tells him that she thinks Quinn is coming, or Leah tells him that Angela thinks Quinn is coming after her and suggested putting her up as the 3rd nominee. But like Angela can't be put up. So I think Leah didn't understand the power because she can't be put up. She says she doesn't want to see MJ in the game forever. Oh, sorry. This is about MJ. Sorry, I read my notes wrong, y'all. My bad. Leah thinks that MJ thinks that Quinn is coming after her, talking about MJ. And Leah's like, well, MJ could be a possible 3rd nominee, right? Like, and then Quinn goes, but I thought you and MJ were like really close. Like, what happened? I thought you and MJ were like really, really close. And she's like, wouldn't want to see her in the game forever. And I'm like, I don't know, her and MJ have the weirdest friendship to me. Like, it's giving real frenemy vibes. But, Leah suggests MJ because MJ thinks Quinn is coming after her. Now, Quinn asks Leah that same question that he's asking everyone. If not on the block, who would possibly take off Tucker? And Leah's like, wait, what? You want him to come off the block? And Quinn's like, no. Like, who would take him off? And Leah's like, oh, so you want someone to take him off? And Quinn goes, can I hold your hand when I tell you this? He's like, I want to put up somebody who would take Quinn off or who would take off Tucker. So that way, instead of taking Tucker off, they would take themselves off. And Leah's like, oh, what? And I will say, for what it's worth, he was phrasing this question very oddly because Rubina also did not understand it. So I was like, I don't know. I feel like they're making this question overly complex. So Leah does also suggest Rubina. You know, they have a whispered conversation for a little while, and she does suggest Rubina. So Leah's 2 suggestions are MJ or Rubina as that 3rd nominee. So afterwards, of course, Quinn has another cam talk. He says, in terms of final 2, it's like pulling teeth to get information out of Leah. He likely will not put her up, but he does not want to work with her in the game. He likes her, but don't take it the wrong way. Next up is Rubina. So Rubina comes in and asks the same question.
who would take Tucker off.
If they think they were not on the block.
Like, who would use the power veto to save Tucker, essentially?
Oh.
And so I want to put them on the block so that they would save themselves over Tucker.
Who would take Tucker up? Rubina's like, well, I wouldn't self-sabotage like that. I would never take Tucker up. He's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say, though. Like, who would? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I mean, I would put my game in my own hands. And then he goes, okay, most people are saying MJ. So, like, what do you, do you think, like, MJ would, be a good 3rd nominee? Rubina then goes on a whole tirade about how people see the immaturity in both MJ and Cedric because of their ages. Everyone in the house can tell that they're not that mature. I mean, literally goes on and on and on about stuff that is not really relevant. I wrote Rubina is clueless because she is clueless. And then the last meeting we see is Chelsea. He asks Chelsea the same question. They do discuss Cedric going up at this point. Tucker said that, Tucker was going around telling people that Quinn and Cedric have never talked any game, and that Chelsea also feels that MJ and Leah do not have a final 2. Because remember, Chelsea has been pretty close with, honestly, both of them. I feel like she's been talking a lot more with both of them. So she tells Quinn they don't have a final 2. So those are Quinn's one-on-ones. Those are the ones we see anyway. So Brooklyn, Rubina, and Tikor have a conversation, and Rubina says, look, she's okay. She understands she might be going up. Rubina kind of had an inkling that it was a possibility she'd be a nominee. It wasn't like a total shock to her. But Rubina does start to go on about why she's confused that she's going up. She says, I'm not a threat. Like, I don't know. And you can kind of tell that, like, Brooklyn and Tikor, like, girl, do you really not understand it's because you're associated with Tucker and he's anti-Tucker? But they are talking about Tucker potentially going up as a renom? Rubina's just clueless. Like, Rubina does not understand who the true targets are, which is very clear. So Quinn and Tucker at some point have a fight, but we only see the aftermath of Quinn being upset.
Oh my gosh, I'm breathing your ear yet.
But I would not do that.
I don't care. I don't believe you.
All right. Well, I'll show you in the veto ceremony.
Yeah.
I'll show you in the veto.
I'm gonna win it too.
Me on. Fucking dick.
I think at some point, Tucker calls Quinn a lying sack of S, you know? And Quinn's like, oh my God, how dare you call me a liar? How dare you challenge my integrity? And like I said, we only see the end of it. The cameras had cut. So feeds go down, noms confirmed, they come back, MJ, Cedric, and Tucker. We have a
3 in a row.
No, I never said any of that stuff.
You could have won last week, this week, and next week. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to have.
All right.
a lot of little conversations throughout the night about this. So Kimo, Tikor, and Tucker, they start off. Tucker is still talking about how he has no allies. He is talking about how when he won, it was very clear the difference in reaction between when he won versus when Kimo won or when other people won the AI arena. And this is something he was even talking about Thursday night, that he could tell that people's reactions were genuine, particularly Cam. He keeps honing in on Cam. He says at one point, he even said to Cam, like, bro, I won. I won, like, you know, saying, like, why aren't you happy? And Cam literally didn't realize what the problem was. He also says that Rubina can easily play both sides, and there is some distrust there. So, I don't know about Tucker and Rubina. The feeds do go down again for a little while, but they do come back after a while. So MJ and Chelsea are also having a conversation. MJ just basically says, look, I knew I was going up. I'm not shocked. I feel like yesterday MJ realized that she has to play Big Brother. You know, for the past few weeks, she's had America's veto. She didn't bother to really make alliances. She didn't really feel like she had to, which I think is a terrible way to play a game. And a lot of people were just scared of her because they didn't know what the power was going to do. But now that MJ doesn't have the power, this is the first week that she actually has to play Big Brother. So Tucker, Quinn, and Kimo are also talking, and Tucker's basically like, look, you know, these nomination ceremonies, like, it's fun to put on a persona. It's fun to get in costume. It's all just an act. Like, you know, this isn't really who I am. It's just a person that I'm putting on. Like, just let me have fun, you know? Like, Tucker has made it so evidently clear that this is all just a joke for him. This is all just, like, you know, something to get on TV. I think I've seen it best. Tucker is definitely vying for a spot on the Challenge 41, okay? And you know what? I'd be down for that. If Tucker was on the Challenge 41, I'd be down for that. You know, he says, look, I'm on the block. Let me have my fun. And Quinn is just saying, like, I wanted a hacker hoodie. Like, why didn't you give me, like, a little hoodie, you know, since I was the HOH hacker or whatever. So Rubina and Tikor are talking, and Rubina was talking about Tucker's reaction after the nominations. Again, apparently Tucker had some kind of outburst or something that in the nominations a lot of people didn't like. Tikor's like, look, he's just having fun. Like, he's on the block. Like, don't take it too personally. But Rubina and Tucker do have some, like, they are not on the best terms for the night. They end up apologizing later in the night, but there definitely, like, is a situation where Rubina thought Tucker was mad at her and all of this different stuff. So Rubina and Tucker, they do end up making up, as I just said. He clarifies he's not mad at her, and he does tell her that if he chooses his own chick, he's 100% choosing Quinn to play with them for fun. Like, Tucker has made it so clear that he is playing for fun this week. So Joseph Tucker, Joseph, and Quinn also have a conversation, and they continue to talk about how Tucker will eventually have no allies in the house. You know, if he keeps doing this, he has no allies. No one's going to be on his side. And then once again, Cedric regurgitates that they need to start winning HOHs. The days of not winning competitions are over. And it's like, okay, let's talk more action. Let's talk more action from y'all. Okay. Now, T-Core and Chelsea, they have a conversation and they're talking about who's with Tucker. At this point, they realize that Rubina, MJ, and Kimo are with Tucker, but they don't think Kimo would use the veto though, which is good. Now, MJ scares Chelsea because she's not really with the girls. They don't really know where MJ is. And remember earlier last week, MJ had said she wanted an alliance with the guys because she's athletic like they are, and that really triggered Chelsea. She did not like that comment for whatever reason. Okay. MJ and Rubina have a conversation, and then Joseph is also in the bathroom showering. So MJ is saying, once again, look, it's cool. I knew I was going to go up. I knew it was a possibility. Rubina is kind of asking her, like, okay, like, what kind of comps do you think you would have a good chance of winning? Like, what kind of veto comps? And MJ's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's an aspect of luck. Like, there's no real competition that I think I could win. And Rubina's like, there's nothing? Like, no competition at all that you think you could possibly win? And she's like, I don't know. It's all about luck. I guess maybe a volleyball competition. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, Joseph and Cedric, they are kind of making sort of a little bit of like a thing. Joseph is trying to think ahead of the game. I swear Joseph thinks he is the main character in this game, which is so funny. So Joseph goes up to Cedric in the HOH bathroom taking a shower.
Yo, Sadie. Yo, Sadie. Yo, so I was just thinking, if I get picked to play in the veto and I use it on you, I'm just going to tell people that you asked me to be a pawn when you were HOH, and I promised you that if I wasn't a pawn, that you wouldn't nominate me.
He tells Cedric, look, if I take you off with the veto, I'll tell people it's because you asked me to be a pawn last week, and I made a deal with you that if you don't put me up as a pawn, I won't nominate you, and I'll also use the veto on you. Basically, you'll have safety from me. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess it's good to think ahead of the game, but there's no guarantee that Joseph is winning. And Joseph ain't a winner. Anyway, Joseph is doing too much. I don't really like Joseph's attitude because I feel like Joseph is very cocky for somebody who does not win and is not on the show. Anywho, let me adjust my hat, y'all. Let's keep going. Sorry, there was a lot that happened last night. So, Leah and T-Core also have a conversation. Leah and T-Core have been talking more, and T-Core says she likes Leah. So she is unsure of what MJ would do if she had the power. Leah noticed that MJ, Rubina, and somebody else were going into a room. I think Tucker was the person she was talking about. They went into a room together the other day. They were in there for a while, and T-Core's like, oh, I didn't notice that. Okay. Now they're talking about how Leah is upset because Leah is upset because she cooked something and Rubina didn't try it. And she says it's a pattern, that she doesn't really try what I'm eating. Like, Leah is very clearly jealous because Rubina and Tucker have something and Tucker never gave Leah the time of day. So now it's one of those things where every little thing Rubina does bothers Leah. She says, look, Tucker pronounces your name all the time, and that irritates me, which that does irritate me too. Tucker. I'm tired of people saying Tucker. Her name is T-Core. How can y'all pronounce every other name? It is T-Core. T-Core. Not Tucker. T-Core. Anyway, but Leah talks about how Tucker has been corrected multiple times, and he still mispronounces it. And yeah, like I said, this was just a conversation of Leah being jealous for like 20 minutes that Tucker didn't want her. So we finally end the night off with some spice. T-Core and Kimo turn on the collective. At least they consider it. Now I have been waiting for the collective to turn on each other. Okay, enough of it. Enough of it. I don't want any steamroll. I want people to play this game. So let's begin. T-Core and Quinn are talking and
crash and burn.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think the same.
The only thing with me is like rocking with the collective. This feels so stupid to say. It almost feels too safe. T-Core is talking about, look, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like rocking with the collective because I was not included in forming it. I was just kind of at the bottom of the alliance and I was added to it. So, you know, when you're at the bottom of an alliance, you're the first to be disposable to the alliance. In T-Core's eyes. She feels, look, like, I don't really feel safe with them anymore. I kind of want to, like, maybe find other people to work with. And she's continuously alluding to working with Tucker and Quinn, and maybe also having her, Kimo, and maybe Rubina added to that as well. So T-Core and Kimo have a conversation after this, and Kimo is discussing, look, like, we're at the bottom of the collective, okay?
To take out other people, then we would have done that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against the collective.
I know.
We could also just ride in the collective.
Exactly. Okay. T-Core says, I can see us both being put up because we are, you know, because people know we're close. And again, they feel like they are at the bottom. The collective was formed, they were added. Now, they, T-Core lets T-Core lets Kimo know that Rubina is being put up as the replacement nominee because he cannot work with her until Tucker is gone. Obviously, Rubina's been distant with Quinn, and Tucker is kind of that anchor in the middle, and obviously Tucker and Quinn are anti each other. Now, T-Core's like, look, I warned her. Like, I warned her about being so close with Tucker, and I mean, she did her own thing, so that's kind of her business if she ends up getting out of the game. And you know what? Love it. Love it. Like, but overall, T-Core realizes that Rubina is not well insulated in this game as she thought. She doesn't really have a whole lot of allies, especially since she's hitched herself to Tucker's wagon. Now, Chelsea has a rant to the camera, and she is saying, girl, the spirit of dumb is in this house.
Huh? I'm having conversations, yes.
None of the girls are playing strong competitively. No, she says, look, I don't like how people assume if you're in a room together, you're working together. She's irritated with Joseph running around telling people you should be scared because he ain't even the HOH. And I agree. Joseph has heavy main character energy. Okay, heavy main character energy. She says these people drive her crazy. She complains about the snoring. She complains about Cam's dirty socks. Because, you know, every day she's complaining about them socks. Girl, just say you're upset that he liked Leah and he didn't want you, sis. Just say it. It's You don't have to go in on the man's socks every day. And she says Leah, MJ, Rubina, Joseph, and Tucker are completely unaware of everything. Do they even live in the same house with some of the comments they make? Which I agree on those people, I think. So that is where we kind of leave the night off. The seeds are being sown for T-Core and Kimo to turn against the collective. However, T-Core does say she doesn't want to turn quite yet. So I am hoping there is a fire lit under T-Core's badunk and she turns against them next week. Okay, let's let T-Core get HOH because I want to see that shift. I really do. Things of note. T-Core, Kimo, and Quinn all agree that if Rubina is on the block on Thursday, they're voting her out. T-Core and Kimo plan to ask Rubina not to use the veto if she wins because she will be the replacement nominee. And T-Core wants Quinn and Tucker to work together really badly and bring in Rubina and Kimo. However, Quinn told her flat out, I am not open to that, and Tucker doesn't really seem to be either. Okay, that is all, guys. There was a lot of conversations today. I know this one is a little longer. I try to keep them under 30 minutes. We're at 30-25. But anyways, I'm sorry this one is a little longer than usual, but there were so many little conversations last night after the noms. Anyways, if you made it to this point, that means you liked the videos. So please help me on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are less than 150 people away. So please help me drum up engagement on the videos by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Share the videos with your friends. Share the videos with your family. Share the videos with other big brothers or people in your life. Hey, if people in your life like the challenge, I'm going to be recapping the challenge. So please share the videos with other people. beautiful. And please hit that subscribe button. Make sure the bell is on and make sure you're still subscribed because people have been getting unsubscribed. My words are gone. My words are gone, y'all. I've been talking for 30 minutes straight. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.